Welcome to Cardano for Everyone, a podcast series from Pasta Steak Pool. Each episode explores something new about Cardano in a way that's simple and accessible for everyone. In the mood for some Cardano magic? Let's get started.
Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. We're going to be taking a look at Cardano, which is what some people are calling a third-generation blockchain platform.
Absolutely. And I think what you'll find with Cardano is that their approach is actually less about the hype and more about like a scientifically researched foundation for the future of blockchain technology.
I was just kind of skimming through some of this stuff beforehand, and it seems like Cardano is really focused on addressing those big challenges.
Yeah.
You know, that older blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum are facing, like scalability and sustainability, that kind of thing.
Yeah, if we think about the evolution of blockchain, like Bitcoin was groundbreaking as a decentralized digital currency.
Yeah.
Then Ethereum kind of came along and opened up a whole new world of possibility with smart contracts and dApps. So Cardano is stepping up to sort of tackle that next set of challenges that need to be addressed.
Well, I'm ready to get into it. What's the big picture with Cardano? What are they trying to achieve?
So Cardano was launched back in 2017.
Okay.
And its aim is to be a secure and sustainable platform for the development and execution of what we call decentralized applications, or dApps. And one of the things that sets it apart is their methodical, research-driven approach. They actually have a 5-phase development plan: Byron, Shelley, Gauguin, Basho, and Voltaire, focusing on a different aspect of development. It's not just about the technology, Cardano is also really focused on its potential social impact. So particularly in providing financial services to those who lack access, especially in developing countries.
Wow, so they're actually, they're really aiming to make a difference in the world. That's impressive. Okay, so let's start with the basics. How is Cardano structured? What makes it tick?
Cardano is a decentralized blockchain platform, just like Bitcoin and Ethereum. This means it's not controlled by any single entity, like a company or a government, making it resistant to things like censorship and single points of failure.
Okay.
But where Cardano really sets itself apart is their use of the Haskell programming language.
Haskell.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that one.
So Haskell is known for its focus on precision and security. It's extremely rigorous, right?
Okay.
So using Haskell to actually build the Cardano platform is like having a blockchain that's been almost mathematically proofread. So you're minimizing errors and any vulnerabilities.
Okay, so that's one way they're ensuring security. Anything else?
Yes, well, the consensus mechanism they use is also quite unique. So it's called Ouroboros, and it's a proof-of-stake system, unlike Bitcoin's proof of work.
Okay, hold on. For those of us who aren't, blockchain whizzes, what is a consensus mechanism, and what's the difference between proof of work and proof of stake?
Good point. So a consensus mechanism is essentially how a blockchain network agrees on which transactions are valid and in what order they happen. It's like the heartbeat of the system, keeping everything in sync. Now, proof of work, like Bitcoin uses, requires massive amounts of energy to solve these complex mathematical problems. Think of it as like a giant global competition for who can crunch the most numbers.
Okay, so that's why Bitcoin mining is so energy intensive. Okay, so then how does proof of stake work?
So in a proof of stake system like Ouroboros, instead of miners competing to solve problems, ADA holders, which is Cardano's native cryptocurrency, they can stake their coins to participate in the process of validating transactions.
So it's like putting your money in a savings account or an interest, but instead of a bank, you're helping to secure the Cardano network.
And the more ADA you stake, the higher the chance you'll be selected to validate a block of transactions and earn rewards.
Okay.
It's much more energy efficient, and it aligns the incentives of the participants with the network.
That's fascinating. So ADA isn't just a digital currency. It's also your ticket to participate in the Cardano ecosystem.
And ADA holders actually have a direct say in the future of Cardano
Oh, wow.
through this democratic governance system. So they can propose and vote on changes to the protocol, making it a truly community-driven platform.
This is all really cool. Can we break down Cardano's structure a bit more?
Think of Cardano's architecture like a well-organized kitchen.
Okay.
Right.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, you have different areas for different tasks, right? The stovetop for cooking, oven for baking, pantry for storage. Similarly, Cardano has what we call a layered architecture with different layers handling specific functions.
Okay. I like that analogy. So walk me through these layers. What's cooking on Cardano?
Okay, so the foundation of Cardano is the settlement layer, or CSL. This is where all the ADA transactions take place. It's like the cash register of the system, ensuring fast, secure, and efficient movement of ADA.
So that's the heart of the transaction system. What else is going on in this kitchen?
On top of the settlement layer, we have the computation layer, or
Hmm.
CCL. This is where things get a bit more complex. It's where the smart contracts and dApps live. And it's designed to be separate from the settlement layer for a very good reason.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Why the separation?
By separating the execution of smart contracts and dApps from basic transaction handling, Cardano can ensure greater efficiency, scalability, and security.
Ah, I see. So it's like having a dedicated space for the more intricate tasks so they don't clog up the main workflow.
And then you also have the network and consensus layers that make sure everything runs smoothly and securely. But the key takeaway here is that this layered approach gives Cardano a significant advantage.
Why is this layered architecture so important?
Imagine you're building a skyscraper. If you try and build everything on a single foundation, it's going to become unstable and limited in its height. But if you build it with different layers, each serving a specific purpose, you can create a much taller, stronger, and more flexible structure.
So it's not just about making things neat and tidy. It's about creating that foundation for scalability, flexibility, long-term growth.
And this is crucial for a platform that aims to handle high volumes of transactions and support a diverse range of applications. It's like designing a city for the future. You need to think about the infrastructure that will allow it to expand and adapt to new demands.
It sounds like Cardano's taking a long-term view here, building a platform that can stand the test of time.
And we haven't even touched on the treasury system yet, which is another fascinating aspect of Cardano's design. It's like a community-governed fund that supports the development and growth of the ecosystem.
That's what I love about these deep dives. There's always another layer to uncover.
Couldn't agree more. And the more we dig into Cardano, the more we see how each element of its design fits together to create a truly innovative and ambitious platform. Before we delve into that treasury system, let's revisit Cardano's roadmap for a moment.
Okay.
Remember those 5 phases of development we talked about earlier?
Byron, Shelley, Gauguin, Basho, and Voltaire.
Well, each phase actually plays a very crucial role in Cardano's evolution. So Byron, the first phase, laid the groundwork for the platform, set up the basic architecture, and got ADA transactions up and running.
So like laying the foundation of a house before you start building the walls and roof.
Exactly.
Right.
Then comes Shelley, which focused on decentralizing the network. This is where things get interesting because Shelley empowered ADA holders to actively participate in staking and governance.
So from a centralized system to a community-driven one.
And that shift set the stage for Gauguin, which introduced smart contracts to the platform.
Those self-executing agreements that are kind of like the building blocks of dApps, right?
Precisely. Smart contracts opened up a whole new world of possibilities for developers to build on Cardano. And then that brings us to Basho, the current phase, which is all about scaling the network to handle a massive increase in activity.
So it's like upgrading the infrastructure to accommodate all the new dApps and users that are flocking to Cardano.
And as the network grows, the need for effective governance becomes even more important. And that's where Voltaire, the final phase, comes in.
Okay.
It aims to create a truly self-governing system where ADA holders propose and vote on changes to the protocol.
So Cardano is designed to eventually run itself, guided by the community. That's a pretty radical concept.
It is, and it speaks to Cardano's commitment to decentralization and community empowerment. But to make all this work, there needs to be a way to actually fund the development and innovation, and that is where the treasury system comes in.
Okay, I'm eager to learn about this. You mentioned it earlier, and it sounds like a pretty unique feature.
It is. The treasury system is like a communal fund that's filled with a portion of the transaction fees generated on the Cardano network.
So every time someone makes a transaction on Cardano, a small percentage goes into this treasury.
Exactly. It's a self-sustaining system,
Okay.
constantly replenishing itself.
And this is where it gets interesting. ADA holders get to decide how those funds are used.
Yes, they have direct control.
Wait, really?
Yes.
They have direct control over how the money is spent.
Yes,
It's amazing.
it is.
So it's like a giant community-driven investment fund for the Cardano ecosystem.
It is, and it ensures that development is driven by the needs and priorities of the community, not some centralized authority.
Okay, this is blowing my mind. So this treasury system sounds like a game changer for how blockchain projects can be funded and governed. But how does the proposal and voting process actually work?
So it's a very democratic process. ADA holders who want to submit a proposal, they have to outline their project in detail, and then the proposal is reviewed by a committee to make sure it meets certain criteria, aligns with Cardano's overall vision.
So there's like some quality control to make sure only serious proposals make it through.
And once a proposal is approved, it goes up for a vote by the entire ADA holding community.
So it's like a referendum where every ADA holder gets a say.
Precisely.
Wow.
And the proposals with the most votes get funded from the Treasury.
That's incredible.
It's a truly bottom-up approach to innovation.
But it makes me wonder, how do they ensure that everyone has a fair chance to participate in this voting process? Wouldn't someone with a huge amount of ADA have more influence than someone with just a little?
That's a great question, and it's something that Cardano has thought very carefully about. The system called liquid democracy allows ADA holders to delegate their voting power to someone they trust.
So if I don't have time to, research every proposal, or I don't feel like I have the expertise, I can delegate my vote to someone who I think does.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like choosing a representative in a political system. And this ensures that everyone's voice can be heard, regardless of, their technical knowledge or the amount of ADA they hold.
So we've got this incredible treasury system that empowers the community to fund and shape the development of Cardano.
Yeah.
What else makes this platform so unique?
Well, Cardano's commitment to what we call interoperability is another key differentiator.
Okay, interoperability. Remind me what that means again?
Sure. So essentially, it's the ability of different blockchain systems to communicate and share information with each other seamlessly. Think of it like being able to send emails between different providers like Gmail, Yahoo. They can all talk to each other without any problems.
So Cardano is designed to work with other blockchains,
Yeah.
not just exist in its own silo.
And this is incredibly important for the future of blockchain technology.
Okay.
Imagine a world where you can seamlessly move your assets between different blockchains, taking advantage of the best features each platform has to offer.
So like breaking down the walls between different ecosystems,
Yeah.
allowing for greater collaboration and innovation.
Precisely. And Cardano is at the forefront of this movement,
Hmm.
building bridges between blockchains and paving the way for a more interconnected and inclusive crypto landscape.
This is exciting.
And there's so much more to explore, like their innovative scaling solution called Hydra, which has the potential to make Cardano one of the fastest and most efficient blockchain platforms in the world.
Hydra.
Hydra.
Is that another mythological reference?
It is.
Okay.
And just like the mythical Hydra with its multiple heads, this solution is designed to handle multiple tasks simultaneously, dramatically increasing Cardano's transaction throughput.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity. Ready to unravel this Hydra mystery. You've been making it sound like Cardano's secret weapon for handling tons of transactions super quickly.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. So you see, one of the biggest hurdles for blockchains is being able to handle lots of activity all at once. Think of a busy network like Visa.
Okay.
They're processing millions of payments every day. So blockchains need to be even faster and more efficient if they want to compete.
That makes sense. But how does Hydra actually how does it actually work? Is it like they're adding more servers or something?
It's actually a lot more elegant than that. Remember how we were talking about Cardano's layered architecture? Builds on that concept by creating what we call off-chain channels.
Off-chain.
Yeah.
So transactions are happening outside of the main Cardano blockchain.
You have a highway, right? Lots of cars. You get traffic jams. Hydra's like building express lanes alongside the main highway, allowing specific groups of cars to travel much faster without clogging up the main flow.
Ah, okay. So it's like creating separate checkout lines at the supermarket, like they handle the smaller groups of shoppers more efficiently.
So those Hydra Express lanes are what we call heads, and each head can process a huge number of transactions independently without burdening the main Cardano blockchain.
So we're talking hundreds of transactions per second, thousands. What are we talking?
Think bigger. Hydra has the potential to process over 1 million transactions per second.
1 million per second.
Yeah.
That's insane. I don't even have a comparison for that. It's just that's incredibly fast.
It is. It's mind-blowing compared to traditional payment systems.
I'm with you. So we got this super secure, sustainable, and now super scalable platform. But how is Cardano actually being used in the real world?
Cardano is actually already making a real-world impact across various sectors. One area where it's gaining a lot of traction is in supply chain management.
Supply chain management. Okay, like tracking products as they move around the world.
Cardano enables businesses to create a transparent and secure record of a product's journey, from its origin all the way to the consumer.
So it's like a digital passport for products. So consumers would know exactly where their coffee beans or their clothing came from.
Precisely. This level of transparency is it's invaluable for industries like food or pharmaceuticals. Quality control and preventing counterfeit products is absolutely essential.
Yeah, no more mystery meat.
Another exciting area is identity management. So think about all the sensitive information we share online these days. Well, Cardano can provide a secure and decentralized way to manage and verify identities.
Okay, so it's like, I have like a digital ID that I control, so I'm not relying on companies or governments to keep my information safe. Yeah, I'm seeing the potential here. So it's not just about the technology; it's also about using that technology to make a positive impact.
Cardano is also making waves in the education sector, for example. It allows for tamper-proof records of academic credentials, empowering students and professionals to actually control their educational journeys.
So no more like lost diplomas or questions about qualifications.
It's truly transformative. And what's most exciting is that we're really just still in the early stages here. As more developers and entrepreneurs join the Cardano ecosystem, we can only imagine the innovative applications that will emerge.
It's like we're witnessing the birth of the new technological era, and Cardano's leading the charge.
I couldn't agree more. Cardano's commitment to scientific rigor, sustainability, community involvement, and real-world problem solving, it really sets it apart as a force for positive change.
Well, this has been an incredible journey exploring the depths of Cardano. I feel like we've covered its unique structure, its innovative technology, and its real-world impact. Feeling pretty energized and optimistic about the future of this groundbreaking platform.
As am I. It's clear that Cardano is more than just a cryptocurrency. It's a community, a movement, and a vision for a more decentralized and equitable future.
And that is what the deep dive is all about, exploring the ideas and innovations that are shaping our world. We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into Cardano. And remember, the best way to learn is to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deeper.
Until next time.
Thank you for being part of Cardano for Everyone. We hope you gained something valuable from today's episode. If you'd like to support our mission of making Cardano knowledge accessible for all, consider selecting Pasta from the pool list when you delegate. Every bit of support helps us bring more content to listeners like you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and we'll see you on the next episode.